Leafs talk. JD Bunkis, Sam McKee. The Leafs get drubbed by the Florida Panthers. Listen, buddy, I don't have many of these left in me, and I don't think we're going to have many of these ones left in us because the stakes are the stakes now, right? Like, let's just start with this. Do you agree that
we have 23 more in us, buddy?
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, no. Hold on. You'll get where I'm going with this. I know that. Trust me, I painfully am aware of that.
Got the calendar doing the red X.
No, dude, I'm the red X. I'm the prisoner that's in solitary that's like doing the like scrapes in the wall watching these games. No, where I was going with this is, do you agree that tonight was like the death knell?
I thought that last night was the death knell.
Sure, but I just mean like anybody, because there's still the like slightly optimistic fans, and the way that they were rolling out tonight's game, right, was like you would agree that MJ is one of the most positive guys talking about the Leafs.
Yeah, definitely.
And first of all, the game was still going on in the third period. He was like, they're going to lose tonight. He said that like at the 18-minute mark. And then he mentioned for a team that's not going to the playoffs. And I went,
when they busted out the potential UFA board halfway through the first period, I was like, all right, here we go.
I'm just saying, like, we at least had the illusion coming to the break, right? Like, hey, if the Leafs get hot, and they've already lost 2 of these games now, this is to me the death knell. Like, it's over. We're done pretending like the illusionist Maple Leafs it's over. I'm going to be mad at them one more time tonight.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because listen, man, this is a bit complicated because obviously I want them to lose now, right? I don't want the charade. And there's people that are going to be like, boost the Bruins pickup or hang around. It's like they're losers and they've stunk. And we've had basically 2 weeks all year where we thought they were good. But like you got shelled by Tampa last night and you're facing a Florida team with a bunch of Olympians. The vast majority of your group is absolutely rested. And what they do in the first period is, let's pull up the numbies here because that's about as ugly a period as you'll ever see from a team. Shot attempts were 32-9 for Florida. 32-9. And it was just a gutless performance from this team. Like, we can talk about their lack of talent. We can talk about how this Florida team that is still behind them in the standings, I think, even with a win tonight,
not much longer, bud,
has the pedigree to be able to get something done. But what an embarrassing effort for these guys to come out and just lay an egg the way that they did in the first period, sewer their goalie, go down 3-0 and get outshot again, 32-9. Gross.
I thought Wall was excellent in the first period. And actually for this whole game, I thought he looked fantastic. So this could have been 5-0 at the end of the first period easily, just for the way they played. And like, who's coaching these guys?
Who's playing for these guys?
Do you not have this team sent out an email that, we're not supposed to talk about it, but they sent out an email about how they're like, we're pushing towards the playoffs. Like, what am I watching here? They're trying to win.
Yeah.
Like, they're going out there tonight. They're like, the coaching staff is like, we got to sit down Easton Cowan. We got to play our veterans. We got to just get ourselves back into this. We're trying to win. We are a team that thinks they are a team that can win hockey games. And you get filled the F in. Just the crap kicked out of you. It's just what this is a perfect from Biff and Hap on YouTube. This team is salvageable. All we need is 20 new players.
Yeah.
Perfectly said.
That's about right.
Perfectly said. About right. It's just it's so hard to watch when a team is supposedly supposed to be trying and supposedly supposed to be good, and the mandate from everybody is like, if they get back into this thing, maybe, you know what? And then just to look like that, it's just not acceptable.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's like a pathetic performance.
But this is what I'm saying about why I'm pissed a little bit is, okay, so obviously there's media members that doubted you,
No.
And there's fans that doubted you. But you guys don't believe in yourselves the way that you play. Like,
no.
This is just like, I don't even think part of this was effort. A lot of this tonight is just like they have no skill. They have no good players. Like they just stink. Yeah. They reek now. But
they're like the Oshawa barn right now, bud. They reek.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh God. That's just still the best thing ever. Poor Oshawa.
Attack lost to Jenny's last night disgusting. In Owen Sound too, tough. They brought their stink bombs up north and beat us.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. But yeah, for you guys as a group to come back from the Olympics, to have this long layoff, and to actually, like, you came out of the break you went into the break with 3 wins in a row and a little bit of buzz and a little bit of conversation. And at least with the Tampa game, you could have said, hey, like, that's the best team in the Atlantic. They're maybe the best team in the NHL. Everybody's talking about them as cup contenders. Like, we got to build a little bit towards that with this final run of the season. We lost the first game, whatever, throw it away, scrap it, do whatever. To have that period against the Florida Panthers, like, they don't believe. And if you looked at the body language all night, like, every shot they have of the bench, every shift that they have together, nobody's talking, nobody's communicating, everybody's hanging heads, everybody's like I'd be nice to see somebody just even be pissed off, you know, like Benoit had the one hit on Reinhart. I was like, all right.
Him. That was a good hit.
Yeah, he did. And then Roy got one later in the game. I can't remember which Panther hit him, but there was a couple big hits in this game. But ultimately, just
God, I love how the Panthers just don't take any crap for anything. Like, it's like
right away.
It's just immediate. Don't care penalty. Don't care anything.
Yeah.
These guys. This is a team that's been to war together for 4 straight seasons. That's played in hundreds of big games. Well, maybe hundreds is strong. 100 of big games together. 100 big games together. Who care about who care about each other and go to bat for each other. And that's a fine hit. Like, that's a borderline hit, but ultimately clean by the rule book. But from his perspective, didn't like it. 2 guys immediately in there jumping. The togetherness watching this team always gets me. They love each other. It's just, it's such a treat to watch. And I thought, like, their first period tonight, and you can see where they are in the standings. And I don't think they're a perfect team. Clearly, I think they had some moments throughout this game where they stunk too. And if it wasn't for Bobrovsky, the Leafs easily could have tied this game when the score effects took over. But, like, that's a team they can make a run towards the playoffs. I truly believe that they're a team that can flip a switch. Like, they are a good team that's in a bad spot because of injuries and schedule. If you want to talk about injuries and schedule, that is a team that I will give you injuries and schedule. They've played 1,000 games over the last 4 years. They lost their captain in the first on-ice drill of the season. And they've lost whoever else into the lineup, Seth Jones, Marchand, all the guys that have been in and out. They don't belong where they are in the standings. The Leafs belong further back in the standings. Yeah. They should be worse than they are. Yeah. And if we're looking back on that stupid Mark Savard bump stretch that they got after they fired poor old Savvy because the power play couldn't fire one in the net. I wish they didn't do that, because now we would be legitimately being able to talk about them tanking for a top 5 pick.
Well, you know what I really wish is that, you're watching Florida
suck from the start of the year.
No, but whatever. They stink, and they needed something like this for a reality check, because they were just holding on to something that has already, like, a window has already shut.
Yeah.
But the Panthers are even more infuriating, because you're watching this team, and you're right. There's the element of, like, hey, they re-signed 2 players that Maple Leaf fans were really hoping were going to come to Toronto, and they both were excellent tonight, right?
Marchand, Bennett? Oh.
No, well, Bennett, I never thought Ekblad was coming here. I thought Bennett and Marchand. Maybe they'd be able to get one of those 2 guys, right? Those 2 dudes are buzzing around, playing great all night. You're like, ugh, you mentioned it. It's a good team that feels like, God, it's a 1-year reset, and they get to retool, and they're going to come back next year even stronger, potentially with a pick. But you know why they have their pick? It's because their general manager said, hey, when we're going to trade away our first-round pick, because we're an older team that has taken a bunch of beatings and some long playoff runs, let's slap a top 10 protection on this pick to acquire an even better player, someone with much higher pedigree than the guy the Toronto Maple Leafs got. And the Maple Leafs GM was like, I'm not even thinking about stuff. Like, you can have top 5.
I don't think about this at all.
Yeah, like, it's just watching the Panthers, knowing, like, if you're a fan of their team tonight, you're like, yeah, we can lose. We can lose. We can get that top 10 pick and inject another young player into our system. Whereas the Leaf fans are sitting there torn between the conversation we had before we came on, which is like, I don't know. Do you want more lottery balls, or do you want the pick to be worse for Boston? That's it. That's all you got.
And you've made this point, I think, before in your show. I think I saw you talk about it. Forget when it was, but the most infuriating part about all this, and you nailed it, is that they don't do that trade top 10 protected.
Oh, of course they do. Yeah.
Like,
of course they do.
They don't do that trade.
No, that's the part that pisses me off the most out of everything.
It just clearly was not negotiated well enough. Yeah. And it was a rush job at the end of the deadline where Don Sweeney held him over a barrel.
Yeah. And honestly, too, like, I just even would have pictured if they were like, top 7. And then Bruins were like top 5. And they're like, done. We just need Brandon Carlo in here.
Yeah.
We've never actually seen him play before, but we're hoping he's good. We hope he comes. They sent a fax. This is like back in the day. They were like, hey, he's 6'6" and right shot D, and he's a shutdown D. And they were like, let's get it done. You know, when I remember reading Bill Simmons' book of basketball, and they had to put in this like Stepien rule because this former general manager, who actually was so bad that the Raptors almost got the Cleveland Cavaliers, because this GM was just trading first round picks out the door for legit bum scrub depth players. And it's like, you read that book and you read about those stories and how those things used to happen. And you're like, God, that would never happen in today's day and age. Like trades of this magnitude where they didn't even really know the player. They didn't have like pro scouting the same way. The Carlo trade is so bad that it's like Stepien rule stuff where like 20 years from now, people are gonna look back at that trade and be like, oh, I guess they weren't allowed to watch the other teams. What's the deal
they
with
play in the same division?
Yeah. Like,
how did that happen?
Yeah, you would have thought that someone did they have a collusion clause? Like, that's just so weird. Anyway, to close out the thoughts on the first period, it's like, I like, this is something that we've been saying all along, and it's why, like, I know the numbers back this up, but there is the added element of even watching these games to see how disconnected a group they are, and how, and I just want to point out the William Nylander of it all, where it's like, hey man, everyone's to blame tonight, right? Like, I had a moment where I'm like, boy, Dakota Joshua's back. I didn't know. Like,
the first time I saw him is when he crashed headfirst into the boards.
That's it. And like, it's a painful team with a lot of painful players and just like a slow group. Like, they're all bad. But that first period, like the tone that Nylander set and the goal that they give up to make it just game over, the 3-0 on the power play, you're shorthanded. He gets a puck. He's coming through the neutral zone, and he's just like, here, like, I just don't care. Just have the puck. I do not care. Like, there you go. Oof. Player right there tries to filter it through his skates, and it ends up being a shorthanded goal. And that moment was like, all right, like,
game over.
Yeah, that's the game. You could have survived maybe 2-0, came out with a plucky second period.
Sure.
Yeah, this was it. This was the ball game.
Nice move.
Yeah, it was a nice move.
That's an all world there. The edge work and just slides that home too, and then you get to run into the goalie too. But yeah, like, I mean, it's just they're checked out, bud.
Yeah. The Panthers are lower than them in the standings, and
but they have belief. Good things have happened to them.
I guess that's true.
They believe that things are going to happen for them. They've won 2 cups in a row. They know they're sick. They know that on their night, they can beat anybody in the league potentially. And if they got in the playoffs, imagine they get in the playoffs and Carolina gets them in the first round.
Yeah.
Imagine they find a way into the playoffs and it's Panthers Lightning first round. Can you imagine that? How incredible that would be? It's just like,
I'm kind of rooting for it.
It does feel,
it
does feel to me like they are going to kind of turn it on here a little bit. I could be way off. They could start to stink. I thought there was moments where they stunk throughout this game, but they have enough pedigree. But yeah, I think they believe, and the Leafs don't. And you're seeing it from their stars. Like Matthews. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the point I'm making about the Stars is that it's like, listen, everybody gave Matthews a bit of the reprieve where it's like, yeah, anybody that was like, he partied too much. It's like, yeah, relax. He's won a gold medal. He's the captain of the team. He partied. Like, duh.
You know what? It took an article today to change, like, actually Matthews should thank Damian Cox for that article because it's flipped the perception back in his favor. Like that article was so universally lauded that everyone is now back on Matthews' side. So it's actually had the reverse effect.
Celebrated.
What am I saying? What I do?
You said lauded. It's like, anyway, who cares?
Yeah.
The point is that I actually think he got some pretty big reprieve on the first night where it was like, yeah, whatever. They lost. They got filled in. What was he supposed to do? Tonight, my thought was he and Nylander both came from the Olympic break. I watched the Olympians that were on Tampa carry them the first night back. And then I watched the Olympians carry the Florida Panthers on the second night back, where it was like Bennett was flying, Marchand was flying, all their guys are going, Kachuk's going. And where we're
playing great.
Totally. And meanwhile, the Leafs side of things, it's like Matthews and Nylander basically just complete nothing burger from either of them for the entire night. You go, okay.
Well, like you're allowed to score. Like
you're allowed
Jack Hughes, didn't Jack Hughes score? Like hasn't like Tage Thompson scored?
Yeah.
You're allowed to score. Like I know you can look like dog crap, and listen,
awful.
But they just anyways. I think there's been enough Matthews dialogue, but he's been brutal in back-to-back games, but he's coming off massive bender in the biggest games of his life. I can't blame him for coming back here and being like, this sucks. This team sucks. No one's good. No, there isn't one defenseman on this team that can hit me with a breakout pass. I'm playing with Bobby McMahon or Matthew Nyes, who's not fulfilling his potential, or Max Domi, who's sailing saucer passes over my stick or not winning one puck battle. Like, it's not professional to sit here and say, oh yeah, like this sucks, but it's human nature. Like, I know you want him to dig and be a dog and care and carry this team, but everyone stinks around them and they know they're out of it. They're checked out.
Again, Panthers are below them in the standings, and you can say the belief thing all you want, but it's like the Leafs have also been to 9 straight playoffs and they're looking up at the Bruins. They don't have their pick. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just not buying that. Like, well, you can say it. You can try to defend them. You read the Damian Cox article. So now you're like,
listen, they've always been built different. They've always been built different in in the wrong way.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what I'm getting at here. It's
buddy, like the roster itself. Like I brought this up with Bourne today too. Like, I think if we were being honest, if everybody was just like, hey, let's all take an honesty pill here. The idea that they're going to retool and be able to make a roster around those guys next offseason, it's fantasy stuff. They're closer to a rebuild than a retool. That was my point today. And you watch a game like tonight with all the players that they have out there, and you're like, you seriously believe that they're going to go out this offseason in a weak free agent class? Like, Bobby McMahon's asking for 5x5. That's what the market is for these guys, that the Leafs are going to be able to plug and play and bring in a new general manager who's all of a sudden going to solve for all these things, or like because they get a couple first-round picks back, they're going to fill all the depth needs they have. Like, this whole team stinks. This isn't just a couple of guys.
They have one good defenseman.
Right.
They have Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who's 35, and they should trade him.
Oh, man, McCabe was awful tonight.
Awful.
Like, dreadful. Morgan Riley gets saved from forever highlight reels because the one good part of the organization.
I sent out the video of me crying, laughing, watching that happen, and I just checked my phone, and it's really blowing up, so I kind of didn't save him from it. I ruined him forever with it, but this is one of the funniest thing that's ever happened in a hockey game. Like, what happens here? And it's Carlo, and like, it's just a perfect microcosm. Yeah. Carlo tripping over Riley to allow a Panthers goal.
Yeah.
Pretty much sums it up pretty well, doesn't it? And then, of course, Beaner and Kim, the hottest team in the league, boys. They don't miss.
No, that's a good one, though. That's one where I'm like, yeah, that's good to have the rule there for that particular offside.
Way offside. Way offside.
It's right off the rush. The goal happens because of it. It's the guy who's offside that scores the goal. Mm-hmm. It's bang, bang. It happens. But yeah, Morgan just catches an edge. But yes, I laughed too, and I went, man, this guy literally cannot catch a break. He has to be just going home every night. Like, what do I got to do?
What? That was way offside. Yeah. How did Stripes not see that in the first place?
Yeah. I know. Yesterday you were like, they do an excellent job. And tonight the McKee curse came for the linesman.
They just showed Berube there.
Yeah.
Head scar healed great.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever cream he used.
Buddy, his moisturizer, we got to get on that.
Yeah.
Like, that is
honestly though, that also might just be the skin of a guy who's been in a million fights. Yeah, so used to healing. He's like Wolverine.
Snake skin just pumps it off. He's got a new one immediately.
Yeah. I just like I really don't even have too much else to say from this game. Other like I got one small thing, like some rapid fire stuff, but yeah, this is it was just disgusting. Like, tear it all down. You go to the studs, I don't care.
We'll do more big picture stuff on our respective shows tomorrow. Yeah. But does something not got to give here? Like,
what do you mean?
Something in the next 24 hours of a big trade or a firing or a statement or a letter like the Rangers did, or just letter. Like
we're going to write a strongly worded letter.
I know, but like anything.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you're not firing Berube.
But why not?
Because you don't want the dead coach bounce now.
But you're dead last in every category and everything.
Yeah. I just think
this was supposed to be a year where you're good, and your general manager, you're now awful. Yeah. It's just, there's expectations. There's different expectations in Toronto. It's clearly not working. And like, I understand you don't want the dead cat bounce. I get that, whatever. But at some point, just announce what you're doing instead of cryptic messages through the media that were getting leaked out that like, maybe you're going to extend Bobby McMahon. They're in on everything. But like,
I think that's done.
But like, there needs to be some clarity.
No, I don't. Here's the thing. You're heading into the deadline and you still want teams to feel like you're not just going to sell guys for the sake of selling guys. So when you're saying the McMahon stuff, to me, like, there's a smokescreen element to this stuff. Like, and I don't, you just want to put it out there like, hey, this is what this guy's contract's going to be, and they're considering it, and they want to hold on to stuff. Like, I'm just saying, like, no, because your point about how something's got to give here in the next 24 hours, I don't agree with that. I think that something's got to give at the deadline. Like, there's an immense amount of pressure on the organization as a whole to acknowledge what I think privately they already have, which is that this is over, this is done, this is cooked, these guys are not it. And the only chance that they have of being able to retain Austin Matthews and William Nylander and try to create some kind of a secondary window for these guys is if they do recoup assets, because they can't just do it through free agency, and they have nothing in the cupboards coming up. Like, they have Easton Cowan and Ben Danford. Like, that's it. That's all you got. Those two guys
not a big Noah Chadwick guy, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Harry Nance, and a little bit of a Harry Nancy guy from Own Sound. He's lighting it up.
Sure. I'm just saying that you're not going to have young players come in here and all of a sudden supplement this team and have them go on a run and be like, wow, what a young plucky glue.
No.
Like, there's only one path forward. Everybody knows it now. They're going to do it. All I'm saying is I think that they're going to hold their cards closer to their vest in terms of anything public, or like a coach firing, or another letter from the front offices about the direction. Like, they already sent out their season ticket holder message. They're not going to send out a second one. Like, hey, you know how we said the injuries, we take it back. They stink. We're sorry. So my just guess is that the thing that people are waiting for in terms of something's got to give is just going to happen like after next week. Like, I will not be surprised if Lalonde is coaching the final month and a half or month of this season. Like, I don't think that's a surprise to anybody that could happen.
But I think it just, we're going to go, but I think it's, the motivations of what this team under Berube, like, they're not trying to win anymore. That should not be the priority. Playing Easton Cowan and develop him, like letting him play hockey, maybe a bit of a priority.
Yeah,
maybe see what you got in the Marlies with, like, let some other guys play for the end of the year. Like, just, you're not dressing Yarncroc and Dakota Joshua over Easton Cowan anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think that's over now. Yeah. That's what I'm saying about tonight being but that's what I'm saying about tonight being the death knell is like,
but Berube's not going to be like, yeah, we suck now. Like, I'm going to stop trying to win.
But it's not trying to win. It's like, they're so out of it that the coach, and now again with the deadline approaching, I just believe that there's going to be, like, I'd be blown away if Easton Cowan's not in the lineup for the next game. Like, I'm saying it's a lock of the century that he's in there for the following game.
Okay.
And I'm just guessing that, again, post deadline, they don't really need to rush it in terms of sitting guys now, because they're going to trade a bunch of pieces and be required to bring some of those Marlies up anyway. Yep. So all I'm saying is, like, it's an awkward spot where I get what you're saying about how it's like, it's not time to win anymore, but it's only 4 more games of the charade and then everything's done. But in terms of internally, or any worry that you would have had as a fan that they weren't going to hold on to pieces, the only way that they hold on to guys at this point forward, like if they keep OEL, for example, is because there was no market there and they're like, whatever, we'll have to revisit this in the offseason. Okay. But like, the pending UFAs are gone. And anybody who's on this roster, like a Benoit, or imagine a team offered them something for Domi, they'd be like, yep, done. Like, there's certain guys where it's like,
done.
Yes, of course. There's certain
Robertson
guys,
even done.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's like Robertson was one of the only guys I actually kind of like had some.
Yeah, he did the Robertson thing. He skated around, he wristed a couple.
Yeah, it's like, that's the thing about the Robertson thing though, is like, he kind of skates hard. So it looks like he's doing a lot. And then at the end of the shift, you're like,
scurries around and kind of fires it towards the net and heads off the ice.
Exactly. Like, nothing really happened, but I liked it. On a team full of guys, I just got to say before we go, it is unbelievable that 2 empty net posts.
Crazy.
Back-to-back games. I've never seen that before.
Crazy. So I went back and I watched the Stefan one this morning.
Yeah.
And Ray Ferraro, who you just had on your show, and we've had on our show multiple times, one of the best color commentators in the history of the game. There's not many guys I love listening to more.
Yeah, he's the best.
Go listen to him talk about Stefan when he blew that chance. You would have thought that he committed a war crime.
Yeah, that was the best thing.
He is so bad at him. It's incredible. It's like, that is absolutely ridiculous.
So good. But then Marchand rips it in the empty net anyways. He's like, yes, I got it.
Lubardius and Ray Ferraro on the call. What a team. Electric.
Team. Great tandem.
Electric.
Also, just like what a papa night for Brad Marchand, still continuing. Like,
Yeah, father. He is our father, of course.
Yeah. Father Marchand came through.
Maybe could have shot one in the. Maybe could have shot one in the net in Milan.
Yeah, sure. He was on the ice and I thought really created the goal that tied it against Finland. But yeah, whatever. Yeah. I will say though, like Marchand being his age, having a 27 goal season on that team, like at this point of the year, it's super impressive.
Yeah, because
he
like loves hockey and he cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Gotta be nice to root for guys who love hockey and care.
Yeah, it really would.
Oh,
it really would.
They
love it so much.
Buddy, I'm like Michael Scott watching guys who care and try, where it's like, yeah, I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday. That's me, except for with the team that just guts it out and tries. I love a team that guts it out and tries. I'd love to be a part of one someday. Anyway, all right. Subscribe to this podcast, leave 5 stars, reach out anytime, Twitter and Instagram, at JD Bunkis, at Sam McKee. We'll see you Saturday night. Look out. Super fun.